So hello everyone, my name is Mark and welcome to a new FIFA 21 video on my channel. In this video I'm going to show you the best way to play the 4-2-2-2 formation, in my opinion of course. There are a bit variations possible with this formation of course, and I'm going to show you all of it. So you can choose how you want to play and how you can set it up, the tactics and instructions and all stuff like that. So make sure you will watch the whole video and try out what type of variation you like the most, and let me know in the comments what you think of it, and if you tried it out yourself, what your results are. I'm really curious about that of course. But before we're going to begin, I really want to ask you to drop a like under the video. It's a small favor I'm asking, but it would be a huge favor for me if you will do that. And you can also subscribe to my channel. It's free to do of course. I'm doing lots of tactic videos, tutorial videos, and also videos with gameplay in it. So if you're interested in that, make sure you will hit that subscribe button, and then we are going to start. So the formation, the 4-2-2-2 formation, I already said that. And yeah, in my opinion, there are two good ways to play this formation. I'm taking France as an example for now. And yeah, let's start with the first variation. We are playing Lloris, we play Mendy, Varane, Lenglet and Digne just for defenders. Kante and Pogba are the central defensive midfielders, and I really like to have one really defensive midfielder and one more attacking midfielder, and Kante and Pogba is a really great example for that, because Kante, I think he's the best defensive midfielder in the game, and Pogba is a really good also central midfielder or defensive midfielder, but he is more attacking. You can see that at his work rate, his high attacking work rate, and yeah, his passing and his dribbling, his physics are really good. So he's a really good attacking midfielder for me. Then we have Martial and we have Coman playing as central attacking midfielders, but yeah, this is the first variation. You can see these two guys more like wingers than central attacking midfielders, especially Coman. He's a left or right midfielder or left winger, as you can see his possessions. And Martial, he is a striker if you are looking at his possessions, but before, the years before, he was always playing like a left winger. He has the pace and he has the dribble for a good winger. So for me, for my feeling, he is still a winger. So I'm playing this formation at this moment more with wingers than with central attacking midfielders. The other variation that I was talking about is more for the attacking midfielders, the classic attacking midfielders. Then we have two strikers, Mbappe and Griezmann. For this formation, it's really important that you have at least one fast striker. Mbappe is really fast, of course, and Griezmann is more like an all-round forward, central forward, you can say that, because the instructions that I'm going to give him, it's not that he's going to run forward, but more dropping back a bit and playing like a central attacking midfielder more, because you don't have a central attacking midfielder, and there is a really wide gap in my eyes between the midfield and the strikers. So that's why it's really important to have at least one fast striker and one more all-round player with a good dribble and a good pass. Good shooting is of course really good. Then the tactics, defensive style is balanced with a width of 5 bars and a depth of 5 bars. For my feeling, this formation is not really good to put some pressure on your opponent because of that wide gap in your midfield between the strikers and the central defensive midfielders. So there is most of the times a really wide gap in your midfield, and it is for your opponent really easy to pass the ball around when there is a really wide gap in your midfield. So if you are going to press, all your players are going forward, and when your opponent is really good, he is passing to the midfield, and yeah, he is gone for the counter attack. So I wouldn't recommend to do some pressure football with this. Offensive style, when you are playing with the wingers, like we did with Coman and with Martial, I will really recommend to use the long ball. And there's one specific reason for that, because they are on paper central attacking midfielders, and you can't instruct them to get in behind, and they are playing like wingers. And what do you want from wingers? Well, in my opinion, I want them to make runs forward, and with the long ball offensive style, they will make those runs because that is what the tactics say. So they are going to make some runs forward, even you can instruct them to do that. So this is a really good thing about this formation and this offensive style. The width I will put it a bit wider, between 7 or 8 bars, because they are standing at the side of the field more, the Martial and Coman. And yeah, you want them to play more like wingers, so you need to put this a bit wider. Players in the box, yeah, you can do 5-6 bars. That's pretty standard in my eyes. Quarters of free kicks doesn't matter for these tactics at all. Then we're going to the instructions. Yeah, what I would recommend for this formation is stay back while attacking. For the fullbacks, because you are not playing them. Yeah, you are playing Coman and Martial like wingers, so you don't need them to go forward. If you like to do that, feel free to do it. You can choose balanced attack also, but it's not really necessary. And if you want more secureness in your defense, I will recommend stay back while attacking for both. Both center backs, just default. Kante is the most defensive midfielder, so cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking and cover center for him. Pogba is the most attacking one. If you really like him to play him really attacking, you could do get forward, but by default I will say balanced attack. But when you think he needs to go more forward than he's already doing, you can do get forward. Cut passing lanes is the other thing, and cover center. Then we're going to Martial. Get into the box for the cross is the only thing that I will change. The same for Coman, get into the box for the cross. And as you can see here, you can't instruct them to go forward because on paper they are central attacking midfielders. But with the long ball instruction, they will make the runs because of that tactics. Then we have Mbappe, stay central and get in behind. And then we have Griezmann, stay central, and the false number 9. And this false number 9, what he's going to do with this is drop into the midfield, as you can see in these lines there. Drop into the midfield, create attacking space for teammates. So he is taking at least one and sometimes even two central defensive center backs, I need to say. He's taking 1 or 2 center backs with him, and that will create lots and lots of space for Mbappe to make the runs forward, because we instruct him to do that. And Coman and Martial, with those long balls tactics, they will also make some runs forward. And when Griezmann is taking those center backs with him, there is lots of space in the defense of your opponent. And with these 3 fast guys, you can really make use of that. So stay central and Griezmann with the false number 9. There it is. Yes. Then we are going to talk about the other variation, and that is with 2 more classic attacking midfielders. So they are not going to play like wingers. So what I'm going to do is place Ben Yedder here, because yeah, he is a striker if you are looking at his possession, but he is not really fast. Well, 82 is not that slow, but he's not super fast like Mbappe or like Coman. And yeah, his shooting is good, passing and dribbling is good. So he's more playing like a central attacking midfielder. The same for Griezmann. Yeah, pace is not really high, but shooting, passing, dribbling is pretty good. So he's more playing like a central attacking midfielder. Then we have 2 strikers, Mbappe and Martial. If you really want 2 fast strikers, go ahead. Then we are placing Coman over here. Then we're going to change the tactics, because the defense can stay the same in my opinion. But the offensive style is not long ball, because you don't want Ben Yedder and you don't want Griezmann to make those runs, because they are not that fast and they are not really good at that. They are more good at dribbling and passing and combinations and stuff like that. So what I will recommend is possession play. So they make themselves available for passing, and you can set up your attacks really really easy with passing. So be secure on the passing, search for the player that is free and pass it to him, and pass the ball around, and make sure you will watch the strikers for making those runs, of course. But possession is really good for this formation, for this kind. Then the width, not too wide, because you don't want Griezmann and you don't want Ben Yedder at the side of the field, because they are not playing like wingers. They are playing more like central attacking midfielders. So 4 or 5 bars is enough for this situation. Players in the box, doesn't matter that much. I will recommend 5 or 6 bars in corners and free kicks. Choose whatever you want. It doesn't matter for the tactics at all, of course. Then we're going to the instructions, and because Ben Yedder and Griezmann are not playing like wingers like Koeman and Martial did, I will say balanced attack and overlap run types for both. So balanced attack, overlapped run type. So they are gonna make some runs, not all the time because they are balanced attack and not join the attack. You can also join the attack, but then they are gonna make runs all the time, and that's, I think, not what you really want. But sometimes it's really good to make those runs with the fullbacks, so they are playing more like wingers and you have an extra option at the attack. So then Varane and Lenglet just default. Kante the same, he is the most defensive midfielder, so good passing lanes, stay back while attacking and cover center. Pogba, good passing lanes, balanced attack and cover center. When you are playing Mendy and Digne to go forward with balanced attack or even join the attack, I would not recommend to do Pogba also get forward, because in specific situations it could be that only Kante, Lenglet and Varane are at the back, and when you are losing the ball at that moment, you're gone, and yeah, your opponent is really you are an easy target for a good counter attack for your opponent. So I will say balanced attack, or when you really want to be secure, you can also do stay back while attacking, but keep in mind that Pogba has the high attacking work rate, so he will go forward sometimes anyway, even when he's said to stay back while attacking. So for me, balanced is good enough for him. Then Ben Yedder, get into the box for the cross is not really good because he's not playing like that winger. So balanced crossing runs, so sometimes he will go and sometimes he stay on the edge of the box for the cross. Only thing that I will change is free roam. The same for Griezmann. So balanced crossing runs and free roam. Then we have Mbappe, stay central and get in behind. And then we have Koeman. It depends a bit on the players that you have. If you have two fast strikers like Mbappe and this guy Koeman, I will say both stay central and get in behind. But when this guy will be Martial or whatever, then you can also say mixed attacking and only stay central. So he's not running forward all the time, but just sometimes. And Mbappe is making those runs all the time. So it depends a bit on the two strikers that you are using. But when you have Martial and Mbappe or similar players like that, I would say stay central and mixed attack, and Mbappe stay central and get in behind. So that's it for the 4-2-2-2 formation. I hope, it was a pretty good video for you. I hope it was informative for you and you will learn something from it. And of course, I hope you will try it out and that you will win with this, of course, because that's why I'm making those videos, to help you guys win matches. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like and hopefully we will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye bye.